Welcome to Kung Fu Epic number 2. This is part 3 of this martial arts stuff. Alright, so, as I was saying before I went off on a tangent about beating some Addie's ass from New York who was an ISK champion, etc., etc. Alright, so, again, the guy threw a haymaker. Alright, if y'all don't know what a haymaker is, there's a haymaker. And you see how I stepped in? You know, so, guy blocks it from the inside, boom, throws a round kick to the leg. Alright, again, as I said in the other video, fully effective. It's gonna work. Then I said, because the reality is, I got two hands. So while you're blocking and attempting to kick this, what the hell you think this left hand's gonna do? This is why when I tell people about the differences between karate and kung fu, and why in kung fu it's always best to get to the outside of the body versus trying to do karate, which is the inside. Y'all see me say this shit before. I will say this shit again. I will say it until the end of time. When you learn how to combine karate and kung fu and know when to use which one, where, when, and how, you're going to be a dangerous motherfucker. Alright? You know, and the reason why I said that is because this was like Krav Maga or some shit, or Stemma. The two martial arts that I have never heard of until like last year. And not counting the Filipino martial art that I just learned like about a year or so ago. I didn't start taking it, I just learned about it. Alright, now, I'm traditional Wing Chun, Kung Fu, Kempo, Okinawa Karate, Taekwondo, a little bit of Muay Thai, a little bit of fucking damn Capoeira. Shit that I actually fucking know. Alright? Versus some shit that I've never fucking seen before. Alright? And there will be martial arts that you've never seen before. Or at least there will be martial art moves that you've never seen before. And this is another reason why I tell you stick with basics. Because basics will save your fucking life. Versus trying to show off and trying to do shit that will more than likely get you fucked up. Alright? Just like I'm about to fuck up this dog here. So the guy, again, haymaker. Here's what happens after I throw a haymaker. Boom! I'm going to throw an immediate jab. Alright? So you may get the chance to turn and kick my inside leg. You may not. Because you don't know what my hand speed is, just like I don't know what your hand speed is until the first punch connects. And that's something else that other martial artists leave off when we make these videos. I'll be the first to tell you, in all honesty, you know, if you know how to tip your forehead, it's a good chance you're going to break somebody's hand. It's a good chance you might get knocked out by your own doing. You know, there's always a double-edged sword to every move that you make in a fight. There's always a consequence to everything in a fight. You can be killed, you can be hurt, you can be damaged for the rest of your fucking life, and no one who's doing martial art videos is telling y'all this shit. Now granted, fighting is not a fantasy. It is when you're making a movie, alright? I'm an actor too. When you're making a movie, this is how it's supposed to look. This is how it's supposed to work. Because it's a movie. The stunt team, the stunt team that you are assigned has been specifically trained for that one fight scene to make that sumbitch look good. And y'all will work on that scene anywhere from 1 day to 6 months. Unless you're an independent filmmaker like me, where 1 day is all you have. Alright? So you need to get the best fight scene that you can possibly get done at the ample time of getting it done when you have it. Hopefully that's making some sense to y'all. Because I can tell you right now, a really good fight scene and a really good director, if you spend that one whole day filming that fight scene, you won't have to film anything else for that whole section of that movie. Then you'll go to the next scene. If the next scene might be serious, you know, so right? So then once that scene's done, and then you have another fight scene. Once you get the shit done, directed, and edited, it's gonna be a masterpiece. But while you are filming that shit, people get hit in fight scenes. Don't we, J Diz? Shout out to J Diz. CLS. C. Monroe. Now, Rodney. Prince Octavius. I give shout outs to the guys that help me out. Anyway, if you get hit and you get hit hard in a fight, it slows down production. Might not stop production, but it damn sure slows it down for about like an hour or so. It just depends on your recovery time. You know? But it also depends on if you're a good sport and then you don't try to purposely hurt the guy who hurt you. Alright? Because people do that dumb shit. Actors do that shit all the time. So I'm going to give you a piece of advice as a martial artist, not an actor. I'm going to give you a piece of advice as a martial artist. Recovery is everything. Alright? It is everything. And being a good sport in fighting is also everything. Alright? Now, in a real fight, yeah, no one's going to give a fuck if you're a good sport or not. They're just going to tell you either you got your ass kicked or you kicked somebody's ass. Alright? But in the reality of, I'm going to throw this haymaker, and you're going to block it, and then you're going to turn in with a kick. No. No. Because I'm going to throw this haymaker, and I'm going to throw a quick jab right behind it. It's just going to be that simple. Be like, boom, boom. I am not a trained boxer. But I am a really good damn brawler. So when I throw this, you better believe this left is coming right behind it. And I have a second nature accidental thing that I do. So if I'm doing southpaw, boom, 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 the kick's coming too. Alright? Now if I'm doing it right-handed, boom, 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 yeah, the kick's coming too. Alright? Now if you've been taught how to block properly, rather it's one of these, 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 here, you get the gist. If you've been taught how to block properly, you're going to block everything that is being thrown at you until you can't. Now here's where Kempo comes in. If you're throwing a jab and I strike your fucking knuckles right here with a double knuckle strike, like, I'm short, so it's probably not going to happen that way, because you're probably going to have to come at my face. So if I boom and I throw a knuckle strike, if I don't hit the mark, I'm just going to hurt your hand barely. Probably going to hurt my hand more than I'm going to hurt your hand. So I'm going to want to block and then strike, or I'm going to want to push you Kung Fu and then strike. Now from Kung Fu to Karate from there, because I've gotten to the outside, I've pushed you. If I want to do Karate, I'm going to use this leg. It's the farthest leg from my opponent, which means the momentum and the power is going to shift, and I'm going to give my opponent a good shot in the gut. Now, if I've blocked and decided to do Kung Fu, I have just a little bit more options, and they're going to have to be swifter and more direct. So, the elbow is here. I'm going to break the elbow. I'm going to push the elbow and pull the forearm. I'm going to break the elbow. This is part of Kempo. Then I'm going to slide down, which becomes part of Kung Fu. I'm going to strike you in the neck. If my hand is positioned properly up here, it's going to slide down and hit you in the neck. If my hand is positioned properly down here, I'm going to slide down the arm and hit you in the rib. Or I'm going to change it into praying mantis, where I'm going to slide down the arm and I'm going to come under the arm into this area here. This is the part where people who don't like Kempo or don't like pressure points start telling me that I'm full of shit. And that's fine. Go take Kempo, you'll understand. Anyway, so boom, boom, or boom, boom, I got that. Now from there, let's say I don't break the arm. So I just got the arm. Smacked in the face, smacked in the ribs. When I pull, if I want to do Kung Fu, this knee's closer. So I'm going to use direct knee to direct body part, which would be the closest rib on his right, or his stomach, or his kidney. I'm going to pull him. Boom! He ain't got too far to go, so it's not going to be as painful as it sounds, but it's still going to hinge him over. Understand? Versus if I pull him this way and turn it into karate. Alright? So when I do karate, it's a little bit more about power. So learning when to use Kung Fu and karate at the same time becomes a thing. So I get to the outside, karate. Understand? I get to the outside, Kung Fu. Understand? I left off the hand motion just so that you get the gist of the leg. So Kung Fu for the hands now. Block, strike, pull. Understand? Kung Fu for the hands now. We turn it into karate. Block, strike, boom. Now I turned it into a karate with knee. Alright? Now turning back to Kung Fu because he's already hunched over and this hand is closest. Boom! I've backhanded him. Now if I wanted to turn it into karate, because I'm no longer holding him up. I've kneed him in the gut, so he's already on his way down. If I backhand him with a Kung Fu hit to the back, he's going. If I want to do power, I change it from Kung Fu to karate with the opposite hand. Because the opposite hand brings the torque, brings the force, brings the power, brings the KO. If I'm lucky, it's a knockout and not a kill over. Okay? Now the thing is, you have to learn while fighting when, where, and what to do in the process of fighting. It's not going to be something that you've worked out like in a movie scene, because a movie scene, you already know the steps. Step 1, I step to the right. Excuse me, his right. Step 2, I block his right punch with a double palm or a palm and grab. Now, for Kung Fu, this leg is gone past him, so it's too late. So now I have to turn it into karate. But if I'm going to break the elbow, boom, I'm going to slide my hand down and hit him in the throat. So he's already losing. I'm going to pull him. Now I'm going to do karate with the knee. Kung Fu with the fist. Because it's already there. It's already stated. It's already done. Just like this dog's about to be scrambled eggs in the morning. Anyway, point being made is when you are in a fight, that's when you learn what martial art to use at the time. Alright? Someone's throwing a couple of jabs, you know, you got your blocks. Guys throwing a kick, boom, boom, you got your blocks, you know. But you need to know what comes next. You also need to know that you can be hurt in a fight. Pain is not something that you play with. And again, a lot of martial artists here on Instagram and YouTube leave that factor out. And I don't know why they leave that factor out. Because I can tell you right now, getting hit in the face sucks. Getting kicked in the face sucks. Getting hit or kicked in the breadbasket, it fucking sucks. But no one tells you this when you're watching these Instagram videos. No one says, yeah, you know, I've taken one to the face. It's not very pleasurable. You know, it's not. Fuck no, it's very unfucking pleasurable. You know, there's nothing pleasurable about getting hit in the face. Nothing. Of course, unless she's a very beautiful girl and you just want her to knock you out just so that she can bring you back to life. But other than that, you know, there's nothing pleasurable about getting hit in the face. Now, if you're addicted to pain, okay, we found your pleasure sensor, getting hit in the face. Alright? But if you get knocked out when you get hit in the face, you're never going to know. You're gonna know when you wake up. Alright? Something I learned in the Army, and I'm going to let you guys go on YouTube and Instagram so I can prepare for the other video and take the stupid fucking dog outside. You don't know when you fall asleep. You only know when you wake up. Alright? Now, let me explain that before I let you go completely. When I was in boot camp at Fort Benning, Georgia, I got in trouble for being honest. I got in trouble for falling asleep twice. At least twice. First time I fell asleep when I got in trouble was when we finally got down range and I was in fucking Bravo Company. And we were sitting there, like 12 hours of class, just sitting there. Now, as a kid, I learned how to sleep with my eyes open because I was always scared of the dark. So, the drill sergeant says, "Are you sleeping?" And I said, "Yes, drill sergeant." "Not you, your eyes are open." I said, "Drill sergeant, that does not change the fact that I was asleep. Go over there." So when I got over there, and my battle buddy, who wasn't my battle buddy, because my battle buddy was this guy, he said, "You guys are going to do head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And then you're going to do a jumping jack." So it's like this. Head, shoulder, knees, toes. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. And some shit like that. So, you know, when you get to sleep and you're doing this shit, so it's like... Alright? So that's kind of how that was. Guess who asked for sleep doing this shit? Eyes open. Still sleep. So when I finally got back to my chair, drill sergeant says, "How do you sleep with your eyes open, soldier?" And I said, "Drill sergeant, I am 37 years old. You learn a lot in 37 years of life. And I always was scared of the dark." So drill sergeant got a good leg. He said, "Alright, next time that somebody asks you if you sleep and your eyes open, just don't say shit." So that's how I got through that one. So then I got into Delta Company. And I got rehurt again. You know, so I was on profile. So when you're on profile, you can't really participate. And I had to do guard duty. So every time the drill sergeants come on the breezeway, you gotta stand up and announce the drill sergeant, etc., etc. So I did that. And the drill sergeant says, "Are you asleep?" And my eyes were open. And I said, "Yes, drill sergeant." He said, "Front leaning rest position." So He said, and don't stop pushing up until I get back. I do some amazing shit, y'all. I do some amazing shit. Drill Sergeant probably was gone maybe 2 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. I'm knocking out push-ups. Sleep. Ass is sleep, yo. I'm sleeping like a motherfucker. Just pushing. Don't even know I'm asleep. Eyes are closed. Didn't even know the drill sergeant came back. He's sitting there hollering, recover! I'm still pushing. Recover! Pushing. Recover, soldier! Yes, drill sergeant! Were you asleep? Yes, drill sergeant! How the fuck are you doing push-ups sleep? Drill sergeant, I'm 37 years old. You learn a lot of shit when you're 37 years old. It's like, wait, when was the last time you had sleep? I said, other than the 5 minutes ago that you just woke me up from, I don't know. It's like, what's going on here? So we're on suicide watch. Private Reynolds has threatened to kill himself and kill everybody and eat all of our kids. He said, luckily for me, I don't have kids or a wife, so I have no worries. He's like, what? He said, is there a soldier supposed to be relieving you? He never showed up, drill sergeant. What? He never showed up, drill sergeant. Alright, I'm going to take care of this shit. So the drill sergeant went and got another drill sergeant. And the other drill sergeant come find out where my relief was. And so my relief never showed up. There's something wrong with my inner damn thing here. Wasn't staying in the thing. Anyway, so the drill sergeant went and got someone else to finally relieve me. And he says, I don't want Williams on guard duty for at least 2 days. I was like, I can still guard duty, drill sergeant. He said, yeah, but sleeping with your eyes open does not change the fact that you are asleep. That's my story. So yeah, you can sleep with your eyes open. So just try to remember that. You know, there's a lesson in that story. All right, there's a very good lesson in it. I want you guys to take that shit serious as a fucking heart attack. And when I tell you guys something, it's not because I'm being a dick. I again am not here to pick on any martial artists on Instagram or YouTube. But I need you guys to start telling people the fucking truth. When you get hit in the fucking face, that shit hurts. When you are getting kicked, that shit hurts. If you are going to do a martial arts demonstration, you need to give them the pros and the cons. You need to tell them when someone's throwing a haymaker and you're blocking. Now notice, this is a step-in block. Your opponent's body is right here. Your opponent has fucking options. So please, if you're watching this and you are a martial artist, do what I do. Give them all the facts, man. If I block you this way, it's a good chance that if I don't strike you, you're going to strike me. And it's going to hurt. And it's probably going to send me to sleep. So you guys need to take care of that. Alright? Thanks for watching. It's Kung Fu Havoc number 2, BCNU. Instagram, I apologize for taking up all of